It was there on November 13, 1974 that a mass murder occurred inside. And then, a year after, the property was sold for a song, with the subsequent hauntings sending the new owners running a mere 28 days later. Welcome to my channel Enlightenment in the Darkness. Ronald, also known as Butch DeFeo, told people that night at an Amityville bar that his parents had been shot inside his home, an upscale dwelling with a statue of the Virgin Mary and a sign declaring "High Hopes" in front. Several bar patrons accompanied him back to the now famous house at 112 Ocean Avenue, where someone had called the Suffolk County Police to report the murders. Ronald DeFeo, 23 at the time, initially blamed the familicide on the mob, but he confessed by the next day. "Once I started, I just couldn't stop," Ronald DeFeo said about slaying his family, though he claimed that the voices from the house made him do it. DeFeo was reportedly a known LSD and heroin user. He killed his entire family: parents Ronald Sr., a car salesman, and wife Louise, daughters Dawn, 18, and Allison, 13, and sons Mark, 12, and John Matthew, 7. All 6 family members were found in their beds face down, hands raised above their heads. Oddly, no one in the neighborhood reported hearing gunshots, and there were no signs of struggle in the house. Ronald DeFeo went on trial for the murders on October 14, 1975. His attorney argued for an insanity defense, but DeFeo was convicted of all the murders and sentenced to 6 consecutive sentences of 25 years to life in prison. The DeFeo murders inspired the supernatural haunting story that led to the Amityville horror book in 1977 and movie in 1979. But many Amityville residents dispute this haunting story, and claim that the next family who moved into the house, George and Kathy Lutz, who allegedly experienced a horrifying demonic presence. Their claims included green slime seeping down the walls, windows spontaneously shattering, a ghost boy peering out of a doorway allegedly captured in an infrared photo, and Mrs. Lutz levitating above the bed. They moved their blended family, with her 3 children from a previous marriage, into the home before Christmas. George asked a Catholic priest, Father Ralph J. Pecoraro, to bless the house, which he did. According to the Lutz's tape-recorded remembrances, they said Father Ralph called them on Christmas Eve and told them he heard a voice telling him to get out during the blessing, and that the family should stay out of the second-floor bedroom where the DeFeo parents resided. From that moment forward, supposedly a rash of incidents occurred in the house that were so frightening that the Lutz family escaped the house on January 14, 1976. They sent a mover to pack all of their possessions and then put the house back on the market. The new owners, the Cromarties, refuted much of the stories about the state of the house when they bought it, including the book stories of greenish-black slime and a hidden red room which was just a closet. Independent investigators then proved the cloven hoof prints that were said to be found in the snow would be impossible because there was no snow during the time the Lutzes lived in the house. Most damning was a very messy lawsuit about the ownership of the story that had Ron DeFeo's defense lawyer, William Weber, admitting that the events were entirely made up by him and the Lutzes. In the ensuing years, the Lutzes, including their children who were present in the house, defended most of the details of the hauntings that made them flee. There have been countless books and documentaries that have tried to both confirm and dismantle the stories. The films are entirely entertainment with some origin details about the DeFeo murders being correct, while the rest of the plot points and supernatural elements were presented as fictions that have increasingly departed from reality. The only absolute truth is that the Amityville home has had multiple owners since the Lutzes left. Most recently, it was sold in 2010 and 2016, and in all that time there have been no repeat complaints from subsequent owners about hauntings, evil possessions, or anything else even remotely nefarious. Ronald DeFeo died in March 2021 at age 69, while serving a life sentence at the maximum security Sullivan Correctional Facility in Fallsburg, New York. He had made multiple appeals to the parole board throughout his prison term, but all were denied. So what are your thoughts about the Amityville murders and the hauntings that seem to follow? Please comment down below. I would like to thank you for being here today on my channel Enlightenment in the Darkness. Please like and subscribe to my content, and many blessings to the rest of your day.